We're on page 15 of Preparing for Algebra. My name is Susan. If you don't have a book yet, go ahead and order one on Amazon. It's Preparing for Algebra. My last name is Susan Everingham. So we'll just move on here. This section is about naming numbers, so you recognize and are able to read the written word for the numbers. And what you want to do is just match them all. And go ahead and do that, and we'll go on to the next page. 16. We're comparing numbers, whether they're larger than, smaller than, or equal to. And the example is given here after seeing that the first two digits are the same on each side, in this case 38 and 38. We move on to comparing the third digit, 2 and 5. And since 2 is less than 5, the first number is less than the second number. Go ahead and write in the signs less than, greater than, or equal to for the 6 remaining problems. And the bullet or the bubble here says underline the place value that indicates the first number that is bigger than the second number. So be sure to do that. "17. Number patterns. Finding a rule to a pattern of numbers by looking at the difference between the numbers." And this is the beginning of learning arithmetic sequencing as well, which will be in our final chapter. The example here is, what is the pattern of these numbers? 3, 5, 7, and 9. The difference between the numbers is 2. So the next number is obviously 11. Now, what is the 6th number in these patterns below? Go ahead and figure those out. This is the last one on this short little video that we're doing. This is simple substitution. We're literally just saying that x is going to be 24, q is going to be 16, and then we're just going to ask simple questions. X plus q equals what? 40. So solve these next few problems using the variables given. S equals 15, v equals 42. So what is s minus v? All right, negative answers are fine. Be sure to note that. Hey, welcome back. This is Preparing for Algebra. We're still on Chapter 1. We're on the third section, place value. So what you want to do on this page is figure out what the number is in the ones place. Could that be a 9? And what integer is in the hundred thousands place. Give you a little bit of words of math to continue to learn. What part of the whole number is in the 10,000s place? This is a good, simple learning of place value. We'll see you on the next page. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, do so, ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. Buy the book. We'll see you next. Page 20, continuation of place value. The information below, 1 through 13 is it, will be questions, and each number will go into the number bar above here. For example, 5 in the tens place, as you can see. Once you've added all the numbers, I want you to read it out loud and place commas after each set of 3 numbers to the left of the decimal point. "21. Continuation of place value." Let's go ahead and read this one. 6 and 254 thousandths, right? So write the number sentence in decimal form for the next 6 problems. And I'm making a little note here that the 5th one is the toughest one. So good luck, and we'll see you on the next page. 2 is reverse engineering. We're going to take what we just did from the previous page and we're going to do the opposite. So I want to have you write the words of these numbers, 767 and 35 hundredths. Go ahead and finish the next 4 and we'll see you on the next page. Awesome. Keep it up. 23 is rounding. If this explanation isn't simple enough for you, let me know and I'll do my best to explain it a different way. But let's go on with this explanation. So when you're looking at digits that you want to round to, the number on the right of it has to be either 5 or greater to round up. If it's less than 5, then we don't round up. So the example here is 328,472, and we're going to round to the nearest 10,000, which is that 2. So I've underlined the 2. Since the number to the right is an 8, we are going to round up to 330,000, right? Okay, so another example here, second one, is 499,623. We're going to round to the nearest 1,000. 6 is greater than 5, but that makes that 9 a 10, and that second 9 a 10, leaving us with 500,000. So like addition, you're going to carry and carry until you get to the rounded whole number. Go ahead and finish these. Underline, of course, the number you're rounding to. Look at the right-hand number, and then consequently either round or not round up. Four is a continuation on rounding whole numbers, part 2. Underline the place value you are rounding to. You can see the section 3 before this, the beginning of this section. Round 32 to the nearest 10, right? So what's that going to give you? 30, right? Okay, round to the nearest tenths, round to the nearest hundred, round to the nearest 1,000, right? And we'll see you on the next page. Remember, all the problems are answered in the back of the book. So we're on page 25 of Preparing for Algebra. My name is Susan, and you can get this particular book on Amazon under Preparing for Algebra, and my last name, Susan Everingham. We're going to follow along all the pages throughout this book so that you have a page-by-page tutorial, basically. So let's get started here. So this is estimation. Estimating sums and differences. And we're going to round, and rounding we just had done. So we're going to round to the nearest 100 in the example to get an estimated 1,100 compared to the actual 1,122. And the differences, or subtraction, we're going to round, in this case, to the nearest 1,000 as our example. I want you to do that both at the bottom here. We've got estimations and actuals. So put the estimation in the first corner, the left, and the actual in the right for all 4 problems. Great. We'll see you on the next.